All right, let's face it, most people who are watching this video are prone to either the big slice or the snap hook. You struggle to maintain a clean club face and hit that straight golf shot every time. This week, we are going to address what causes those issues and help you get the perfect club face every time. The first key to having the perfect club face is understanding the grip-wrist matchup. So if we look at how my wrist moves, I can get it moving into extension here, I can get it neutral, and I can get it working into flexion, okay? The more I work towards flexion, the more the club face will want to close down or square up, okay? So understanding the wrist matchup is critical, but also understanding the grip types is critical. So if I get in here and I get the V formed between my thumb and my trigger finger, pointed over at the left side for a right-handed golfer, that's gonna be a more weak grip. If I get that V pointed more up towards my chin, now I'm working more towards neutral. If I get over here and I get everything over at my right shoulder, now I have a stronger grip. So if we start talking about how the grip matches up with the wrist, we understand we need more of this flexion to get the club face going down, and we have a neutral grip, I'm gonna need to get in here and see a certain amount of flexion to get it there. Now, if I strengthen that grip, I can get in here and I can have that wrist be much more neutral and have less work in the wrist to get that club face to square down. So the stronger the grip, the less flexion you'll need. The weaker the grip, the more flexion you'll need. So understanding those two is critical to being able to get the perfect club face every time. I find most players are going to be in a better position if they start with the club face square and try and maintain it square back to the top. I've seen players that get it open and then add a lot of flexion in the downswing. That's a great matchup if you do it. But if you're really struggling with club face, we want to start getting everything correct in the beginning. So when I go back to P2, I want to feel that club face is toed down about 25 to 30 degrees. That's going to put me in a position where we are keeping it square when we get forward shaftly. Remember, we're trying to work back into an impact position where our hands are ahead when we make contact with the golf ball. So we're gonna have to curl that face even more down from where we set up at impact. So the first feel will be that the wrist curls down a little bit to get that club face toed down at P2 and put us in position to make the rest of the move. From P2 to P3, I'm just gonna let everything set up. So when I move from P3 to P4, I wanna get my club face in the perfect position. So it's gonna be slightly pointing up at the sky. Now, a great marker for if it's square is, can it match my lead forearm? When I get up to the top of the square club face, that's gonna match this angle right here. So if I'm looking at a video of myself, I can check to see if I'm square or if I'm open or too closed. Get that marker, I use it with all my players, and it really helps as a checkpoint for where we need to be in the backswing. Now the downswing is the most critical piece of keeping the club face square. We want to feel as we're making that motion down, that we're keeping that lead wrist in a good position to get that curling down to P6, okay? When I get here, I want to get that 25, 30 degree toe down look that I had in my backswing. That's super critical to just lead the way. But if you get in a position where it's not completely toe down, you can still save it. There are lots of great players that get in here and curl down at the last second. So you'll notice I'm here, and then curl that wrist down in order to put a clean strike on the golf ball. So just know that impact is the most important thing. I would much rather the player have that toe down look at P6 rather than toe up, but you're not done if you can feel that curl as you're turning around the corner. So the downswing is the most important element of trying to get your club face square. All right, if we've kept it up to the top, we want to hold that position coming down. Now, if we have a slightly open club face, we can still save it, okay? Now, feel as though the wrist starts curling down here. We can't use our grip to save it. If the matchup does not work, this is where we need that curl down in order to get into a good position. So feel it curling down. When we get down to P6, we want to feel as though the toe is still slightly toed down like it was in our backswing. From here, we can just rotate the body into the strike. Now, if you're seeing that toe up look at that position, you're still not finished. A lot of players get late curl down of their wrists in order to get the club face under control. Hey guys, if you like this video, please like and comment. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks a lot, you guys.